Ladies and gentlemen, what's up, guys? This is Joseph Collin coming to you with your AEW Dynamite review on Thursday, December 19th, 2019. I am a day late. I had a school concert last night to help out with. It sucked. I wish I didn't go. But at the end of the day, I got to come home and I got to watch Dynamite, and that's all that matters. Um, I got a lot. I got a lot of stuff to say about Dynamite. I mean, this was a great show. I got. I mean, key points basically in this show were I thought the Jericho Jungle Boy match, which I thought was fantastic. I loved the opening match, which I'll talk about, and I really want to dig into this Dark Order stuff, them taking out the Elite and SCU, and where I think this is probably going to lead. So, yeah, that's really all I got to say. Before I start, make sure you guys go check out my other videos that I posted last week, such as my NXT review for last week and my TLC review, which I did for Eddie, and I thought both of us we killed it on Sunday night and gave you guys a really good review. So go check that out. And without further ado, let's just dive into Dynamite, man. This was a fast paced show, and that's what I love about these Dynamite shows. So we started off Lucha Brothers and Hangman. My bad. Lucha Brothers versus Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega. And this was excellent. This was a great tag team match. This was probably the best choice to open up the show. And what I really liked about this match is that they told a story. And they didn't go full speed for the entire 17 minutes. It was slow. It was paced out very nicely. And then when Omega, I think it was Omega who got the hot tag, it the the pace picked up very quickly, and I can very appreciate that because yes, when you get fast-paced wrestling, the matches turned out to be great anyway, but there's no story. And I felt like in this match there was a great story told with the tensions between Omega and Hangman. So I love that. I gotta appreciate that from AEW. There's a lot of nice tag team double teams from Omega and Page, so that was pretty nice. And I'm just gonna get to the finish right here. At the end, we got Omega. I think he was holding on the Pentagon, and Hangman was going for a buckshot. Buckshot lariat, and he hits Omega, and he accidentally hits Omega. And Hangman's not the legal man in this. Omega was. So he takes out Omega, and then Pentagon takes out Hangman, throws him to the outside of the ring, tags in Phoenix, does their package pile driver stomp to the back, and Ray Phoenix pins Kenny Omega in a tag team match. After the match, Omega and Hangman start to get heated. They're arguing, they're pushing each other, and then Pac pops up on the screen and says, "Kenny, do you remember me? You beat me a few weeks ago in Chicago, and I haven't gotten my final match with you yet. And I said bad things were going to happen." And he opens the door. Michael Nakazawa is sitting in there all by himself. He closes the door. So basically, Pac is kidnapping Michael Nakazawa in this instance. So Kenny's running to the back. He's trying to find Nakazawa. He's running around, and the bad thing is they did the double screen during this, and this happened a lot during the night, and it's something I'm going to bring up mostly. They do the commercial and then the show. on double screen, but the commercials are playing out loud, not the show. So Omega's screaming. He's running to the back. He's asking people, "Where's Michael Nakazawa?" I'm guessing. And then he gets attacked from the Lucha Brothers. And all of a sudden, Hangman comes out. And they get broken up. And that's that. So, Pac kidnaps Michael Nakazawa. And the Lucha Brothers attack Omega backstage. And then Paige comes back to attack Omega. Paige plays into a big factor in this Dark Order stuff at the end of the show, which I will be talking about. Overall, the match was excellent, in my opinion. Great way to kick off Dynamite. I'm pretty sure sooner or later we're going to be getting another match between Pac and Omega, and the tensions between Hangman and Omega are building up, and Hangman is definitely going to turn heel. The question is when. It's probably going to be in a few weeks, I bet, because I think Omega and Paige are going to be going at it at AEW Revolution, February 29th. So that's that. And then we had the Blade and the Butcher versus Cody and Darby Allin. And if Cody and Darby Allin won, then Darby Allin would get another match with Cody because they went into a time limit draw at Fyter Fest. And yes, this was another slow-paced match. When Darby Allin got the hot tag, the pace picked up really fast, which I loved. They told a story with Cody and Darby and the Blade and the Butcher, and it was again a great match. A spot that I want to talk about was when Cody and Darby were doing the double suicide dive onto the Blade and the Butcher, and it looked like Darby tripped under the bottom rope and didn't really hit the Blade. He fell on top of him, and it looked kind of scary. So hopefully he's okay. At the end of the match, we got the Butcher taken out. He's laying on the side of the ring, and Darby Allin's on top. He hits a coffin drop onto the Butcher. That was a fantastic spot. I adore Darby Allin's coffin drop. I think that's fantastic. End of the match, Cody's on the second rope. He hits a diamond cutter onto the Blade. And 1, 2, 3. Cody and Darby get the win. And that means January 1st, 2020, the first episode of Dynamite in Jacksonville, we're getting Cody and Darby again. That is a thumbs up for me. I can't wait to see Cody versus Darby in a rematch on Dynamite January 1st. I think that's going to be great. And it could be better than their match at Fyter Fest. The negative about this match is the Blade and the Butcher taking a loss here because they literally just debuted a few weeks ago. Couldn't we get a rematch between Cody and Darby in another situation, like Cody accidentally costing Darby, Cody doing something that makes Darby get pinned to them, and that leads to another match? I was not a fan of the Blade and the Butcher taking another loss because again they're brand new to the AEW Tag Team division, and I don't want them to feel like everybody else because they're making them feel special. But if they keep losing, I know it's only one loss, but if they keep consistently losing, then that's not good for them. And I could definitely see them getting pushed in the future, but can't be taking losses like this, especially to a tag team that's thrown in together, such as Cody and Darby. That's all I got. A great match. Excited for Cody and Darby next week. We had a squash match with Awesome Kong. I'm going to be truly honest, I did not pay attention to this match. I was making my dessert, and all I saw was Awesome Kong pin the enhancement talent that she was facing. Yeah, that's really it. This really did nothing for Awesome Kong. Um, the Nightmare Collective do come back later in the show. We will talk about that. Then we get right into Jungle Boy versus Le Champion Chris Jericho with a 10-minute time limit. So we got Jungle Boy's family, his mother, his grandmother, and his sister sitting at ringside. And early Jungle Boy is like getting a lot of offense in on Jericho, and quick pins. I think he's going to pin him in the first few minutes, but obviously Jericho is going to kick out. That's exactly what Jericho did. We had Jake Hager at ringside, and he played a huge part to this, as one point during the match, he attacked Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus came, and he beat up Jake Hager, so they went at it. That's a match I would like to see. Luchasaurus versus Jake Hager. I need to see it now. I saw them brawl, and I really want to see those two go at it. The problem is, you can't have Jake Hager losing his first match, and Luchasaurus he's over as hell, so you can't have him lose either. But that would be a nice match to see. So they're going at it, and then Marco Stunt is on the apron. He jumps off the apron, and he gets literally. Jake Hager gives him an elbow so hard, I thought he knocked out Marco Stunt. I'm like, oh my god. The way Marco fell, I watched it over and over and over again. I kind of laughed, but at the same time, I was like, oh my god, he hit him so hard, I think he knocked him out. So, the ref kicked out Jake Hager. The ref kicked out the Jurassic Express. And with about 6 minutes to go, it's just Jericho and Jungle Boy, one-on-one. And Jungle Boy, he did that same small package pin he did last week. This time Jericho kicks out. He has a crucifix. Jericho kicks out. Jericho gives Jungle Boy a couple code breakers, and the ref's counting 2, and Jericho picks up Jungle Boy. And the end of the match with 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Jericho has Jungle Boy in the walls of Jericho. Jungle Boy is scratching and clawing to get to that bottom rope, but Jericho drags him back, digs it in deeper, and we got about 30 seconds, and time expires. Jericho thinks he won, and the match ended in a draw. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic match for 10 minutes. I'm glad that they did the 10-minute time limit, and they actually played up to it. I'm not being biased here, but if this was WWE and they said something about 10 minutes, there's no way there'd be a time limit. And to be honest, WWE in 2020, they need time limits. They really do. I think the matches would be better with time limits than without time limits. Because there's some matches that are unnecessarily can go 25 minutes, where realistically it should go like 10. So yeah. But after the match, Jericho is throwing a fit. He's throwing the table, throwing the timekeeper bell. He goes up to Justin Roberts. He grabs him by his tie. He says, give me 5 more minutes. Give me 5 more minutes. Roberts says, okay. They ring the bell. Jericho is attacking Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy hits a move on Jericho. Jericho kicks out at 2. Jericho picks up the title, and he leaves. So those last 5 minutes did not count. And then this is the stuff I'm talking about. I don't like when they do picture in picture and they're doing a commercial and you got Jericho doing stuff and saying something. Like I don't like that at all. Like that needs to change. So we had Jericho having a fit at ringside, throwing chairs, tables, timekeeper bells. They go up to Jungle Boy's family. He says something. I don't know what it was. I wish I heard. I wish I heard what he had to say. But then we get back from commercial. Tony Schiavone's standing on stage. He's talking to Jericho. He said, Jericho, you just went into a time limit draw with Jungle Boy. He's saying, what are you talking about? I defeated Jungle Boy. He said, no, you didn't. And they go back, yes, I did. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. And then he says, get out of here, Schiavone. So I laughed at that. And then he cuts a promo. And he says the real story here wasn't about Jungle Boy. It was about Jon Moxley and the offer we gave him last week to join the Inner Circle. And he said he wants an answer by Jacksonville on January 1st. Obviously, Moxley is going to decline the offer. He's probably going to give Jericho a paradigm shift, and that'll be the main event for AEW Revolution. Guaranteed. This was great. Absolutely fantastic. Probably my favorite thing of the night. And Jungle Boy looked incredible. I love Jungle Boy. I heard that Jungle Boy is going to be getting a huge push. Never mind Jungle Boy getting a push. I love him. But why not push the Jurassic Express as the top tag team in AEW in 2020? I want to see that. I definitely want to see that. We then moved into Chris Statlander versus Britt Baker. I had high hopes for this match, and unfortunately, this match was only okay. This was okay for what it was. It got 7 minutes. To be honest with you, I don't even remember the moves they hit onto each other. I got home, and I just watched Jericho and Jungle Boy, so I kind of faded off during this match. And Chris Statlander gets the win over Britt Baker. That's the correct result, 100%. So she will challenge Riho, who we haven't seen in weeks. We have not. I don't think we've seen Riho since Full Gear, if I'm mistaken. I think we haven't seen Riho since Full Gear. I don't know why either. But after the match, Nightmare Collective, they come out. You got Brandy, you got Awesome Kong, and you got Melanie Cruz. That's her name, Melanie Cruz. And Brandy says, congratulations to the number one contender for the Women's Championship. We want to give you an offer to the Nightmare Collective. And Chris Statlander says no, pokes her in the nose, and Brandy takes her high heel and pokes it into Chris Statlander's eye. And that was really it. Nothing special here. I didn't really like this at all. Not this segment in particular. I didn't really like it. My guess is we're probably going to get a feud between Chris Statlander and the Nightmare Collective. So I guess we got to watch that for a few weeks. Now, I'm praying that they don't cost her the Women's Championship next week against Riho, or if they cause a DQ, because if they do, I'm going to be angry because, one, it's a championship match, but we'll just have to find out and wait. Main event of AEW Dynamite in Corpus Christi, Texas. Young Bucks, SCU, AEW Tag Team Championships. This was amazing. I loved it. If I'm being truly honest with you guys, this was probably one of my favorite main events on AEW Dynamite in the first 12 weeks. The main event, they got 20 minutes, I think they got at least 20 minutes to do their stuff. This was definitely fast paced. You know that the Young Bucks are really close with SCU, so they probably told them, we're going to go out there, we're going to have the right time limit, give us 20 minutes. And they wanted to go out there and put on a tag team classic. And I think they did. This was amazing. Scorpio Sky had a great performance tonight. Frankie Kazarian, Jim Ross said, I think it was him or Scorpio Sky. He said that may be one of the most underrated. He was talking about Ray Phoenix earlier, and then he brought up, I think it was Scorpio Sky, a very underrated wrestler. I agree with Jim Ross. I definitely agree with Jim Ross there. To finish up the match, we got Scorpio Sky, Frankie Kazarian giving Matt Jackson a diamond cutter, tags in Frankie Kazarian. They hit a SCU later onto Matt Jackson, and that's it. SCU retained the AEW Tag Team Championships over the Young Bucks. Again, amazing match. I loved this main event match. But we're not done there. So all of a sudden, we have creepers coming through the barricade. The lights go out. The Titantron says, join darkorder.com. And the Dark Order, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson come out. Evil Uno cuts a promo. He says, congratulations to SCU for putting on a tag team, I think it was like a classic of tag team wrestling or something like. I don't remember. I didn't take notes for that, but I did take notes for what he said about the Young Bucks. He said, Young Bucks, you suffered a hard loss. Any other night, we would ask you to join the Dark Order, but tonight is not a recruitment. Tonight we're not recruiting. Tonight is an initiation. Attack them. So the creepers come in. They attack the Young Bucks. They attack SCU, and then Christopher Daniels comes out to try to help the Young Bucks and his SCU tag team partners. And then all of a sudden, we see two dudes wearing all black running into the ring from the crowd. And it is John Silver and Alex Reynolds, the Beaver Boys. So they're joining the Dark Order. They attack. And then out comes Kenny. Out comes Cody and Dustin. And they all get laid out from the Dark Order. An interesting point that Excalibur brought up during this whole thing is that Hangman Page was not there. So he did not help the Elite. And that will be definitely questioned, I feel like, in a few weeks on Dynamite. Maybe in Jacksonville or the next week. We'll have to wait and see. But I thought the Dark Order stuff was good. I didn't think it was great. I thought it was good, and I feel like this is the best that the Dark Order have looked since coming to AEW, and they're gonna be in for a big push in 2020. And where do I think this whole thing is going? I think they're going to be feuding with the Young Bucks for a couple months, and this will lead to a match at AEW Revolution between the Dark Order and the Young Bucks. That's all I got for you guys for AEW Dynamite from Corpus Christi, Texas. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please subscribe to the Big Fat Fuel channel if you have not already. Leave a comment down below. What did you think of this week's Dynamite show from Corpus Christi, Texas? I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video with a super kick. Share this video or share the channel to all your friends on Twitter who are looking for some good wrestling content, I guess. Follow me on Twitter at Joseph Conlon. Follow Eddie on Twitter at Eddie Mullins. And I don't know what's the plan for tomorrow. I might not do an NXT review. I have not watched NXT yet, but the only way I wouldn't be doing an NXT review tomorrow is if me and Eddie have something up our sleeves that we're going to surprise you with. And that's what I'm leaving it at. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like I said, please subscribe, and I'm out. Thank you.